Hello everyone. Hope you all are doing good. So आज आप देख सकते हो कि स्क्रीन पे लिखा हुआ है मॉडर्न इंडिया. So आज के क्लास से हम स्टार्ट करने वाले हैं आपका one of the favorite topics, that is modern India, and it is very important for our syllabus. History is divided into three segments, that is your ancient, medieval and modern. The important part in the history is not the each and every part. What you have to go through it is the ancient one, very rigorously, everything factual data पे ज़्यादा focus करना है in ancient India. Medieval India is trivial, मतलब कि वो उतना ज़्यादा important नहीं है, फेक देने वाला चीज़ नहीं है, बट वो उतना ज़्यादा important नहीं है. You can कीप उसका प्रायोरिटी आप लास्ट सेट कर सकते हो, नो इश्यूज इन दैट. इन तीनों में से सबसे ज्यादा अगर इंपॉर्टेंट हिस्ट्री का सेगमेंट है, दैट इज द मॉडर्न इंडिया. नाउ मॉडर्न इंडिया ये कोई सब्जेक्ट नहीं है. अगले 18-20 क्लास जो आपका होगा मॉडर्न इंडिया का, ये इट विल बी यू कैन से इट इज अ स्टोरी, कि एक स्टोरी होगा कि मॉडर्न इंडिया इट इज समथिंग विच ब्रॉट अ रिवॉल्यूशन. ये मॉडर्न इंडिया ये एक फेज है जो इंडिया में रिवॉल्यूशन लाया, कि सोसाइटी एक ट्रेडिशनल सोसाइटी से कैसे 190 साल में पूरा सोसाइटी मॉडर्न बन चुका है. द इंडियन सोसाइटी, द ट्रेडिशनल इंडियन सोसाइटी, इट ट्रांसफॉर्म्ड इनटू अ मॉडर्न इंडियन सोसाइटी. दैट्स ऑल अबाउट मॉडर्न इंडिया इन वन सिंपल लाइन. Now, in this class, we have segregated certain topics of modern India. Like you can see कि आज हम देखेंगे the introduction. Introduction, the first segment, segment one, introduction, कि modern India क्या है उसका introduction. Then Carnatic Wars and Carnatic Wars to Plassey, that is Plassey means the Battle of Plassey, I mean precisely. Now, what do we mean by introduction here? We mean कि if we talk about India, the phase starts from 1757 till 1857. It is one phase, and from 1857 till 1947 it is another phase. Now all the important events that have been took place in these three points or two phases, that's all modern India is all about. Now as you can see, if this important year 1757 till 1857, ये जो पीरियड था, इट वाज अ पीरियड ऑफ द कंपनी रूल. दैट मीन्स कंपनी ईस्ट इंडिया कंपनी. दिस फेज इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट बिकॉज वी कैन से कि इन दिस पर्टिकुलर फेज और फेज वन ऑफ मॉडर्न इंडिया, द फाउंडेशन ऑफ मॉडर्न इंडिया वाज केप्ट. मॉडर्न इंडिया का जो नींव है वो रखा गया है ड्यूरिंग दिस पीरियड फ्रॉम 1757 टू 1857. यहां पर बहुत ही घटनाएं हुए हैं कि लाइक इट एबॉलिश्ड द ओल्ड ऑर्डर ऑफ सोसाइटी, लाइक इफ वी कॉल द पॉलिटिकल ऑर्डर, सोशल ऑर्डर और द इकोनॉमिक ऑर्डर और द कल्चरल ऑर्डर. All the old order has been abolished, and in that place a new order has been established during this particular phase. The later phase, that is from 1857 to 1947, that is the crown rule, the British crown rule. Here we can say this phase is the phase of freedom struggle of India. I will not be wrong if I say कि modern India is a journey of how a country becomes a nation, how revolution took place, shifting from old order to a new order, new political order, new social order, new cultural order. Hence, it is a journey of a transformation of a country into a nation. देश एक देश कैसे राष्ट्र बना है, वही है मॉडर्न इंडिया. All right, let's proceed. Now, to read modern India, the very important elements of studying history is NCERTs. The first question that come to a student's mind कि सर हम जो सब्जेक्ट पढ़ रहे ये what is our study material? Will I go for purchasing this book, that standard book? Initially, what you have to focus on the foundation. How much a foundation is important? ये आपको समझ में आएगा when you will be studying modern India precisely, particularly. How and what is the value or importance of foundation? इसी वजह से I always suggest my students कि please go for bringing your foundation into a benchmark. कि foundation आपका इतना strong हो कि आप बेसिक्स आपका पूरा क्लियर. तो बेसिक्स क्लियर करने के लिए ऑब्वियसली यू हैव टू गो थ्रू द एनसीईआरटीज. व्हेन यू विल बी रीडिंग द एनसीईआरटी, द फर्स्ट चैप्टर इज इंडिया इन 18th century. दिस इज द वेरी फर्स्ट चैप्टर ऑफ मॉडर्न इंडिया ऑफ एनसीईआरटी. कि 18th century में इंडिया कैसा था. दैट इज आवर टुडेज सेगमेंट. कि इंडिया was said to be the golden sparrow, that is सोने की चिड़िया. The question is why? Why golden sparrow? Why? What were the reason कि हम इंडिया को एक सोने की चिड़िया बोलते थे? Basically there are three reasons. The first reason is India's natural resource. India, it is a very fertile land. Hardly you can say that there is some other soil in the world that compares with Indian soil. Why India is so rich in natural resource? India's agriculture, Indian mines, India's cattle breeds, desi गाय, because of Indian rivers. You can say India is the land of doabs. दोआब का मतलब होता है कि दो नदियों के बीच जो जमीन है उसको दोआब कहा जाता है. DOAB, दोआब. बट इंडिया इज नॉट जस्ट अ दोआब बट अ लैंड ऑफ दोआब्स. मतलब भारत भूमि में ऐसे जगह है कि मैक्सिमम सब्सटेंशियल पार्ट ऑफ द लैंड लाइज बिटवीन टू और मेनी रिवर्स. ऑलराइट. And river in a country makes the soil fertile and hence the rich agriculture. Indian spices, which was the demanded commodity in the Europe, West world, it was very cold and they cannot survive without the East. They need spices to preserve their meat. And where spices was available, in India, the Golden Land, Indonesia, Malaysia. Now, to reach that part, to reach Indochina, to reach India, to reach the Spice Island, Indonesia, Malaysia, there were three important routes to reach this particular mainland. The first important route is important routes. Please write down. Important routes. Number 1, the Silk Route. The Silk Route. यूरोप से लेकर वेस्ट एशिया, वेस्ट एशिया से लेकर सेंट्रल एशिया, फ्रॉम सेंट्रल एशिया टू योर चाइना. This route is known as Silk Route or Silk Road. Now remember कि Silk Route or Silk Road is not a name of a single road. Rather, you can say कि Silk Route is a network of roads, network of transportation routes. कि कैसे यूरोप से वेस्ट एशिया, सेंट्रल एशिया, देन चाइना में हम आ सके. एंड फ्रॉम चाइना द इंडो चाइना or the Spice Island, that is your Indonesia and Malaysia. And to enter from Central Asia to India, two important routes were again there. Remember, very important, two important routes to enter India from Central Asia. Number one, the Uttara Path. The Uttara Path. That is Uttarapat, that is your from Takshashila or Ujjain till Tamralipti. And the Dakshinapath, it is a stretch of the route that en route to the South India. That is the Dakshinapath. In English, it is known as the northern path and the southern path, Uttarapath and Dakshinapath respectively. And to give support to our comment that India was rich in natural resource, it was called as golden sparrow. It is very clear by the statement of some travelers like Pliny. Pliny, he was a Roman historian. He said that the entire gold of Rome is draining into India. Travelers like Bernier, the French traveler, he visited Bengal 2 times. He seen Bengal, he seen India and commented. He wrote in his account that India is so fertile, India is a self-sufficient region, India requires no one, India is rich in agriculture, India is rich in its industries, India has everything, India has rivers, India has coastline, India has Raj Mahals, India has everything, especially Bengal. It was a comment made by Bernier in his account. Your another person, that is Peter the Great. Peter the Great. Can anybody say who was Peter? The ruler of Russia. He said that if any country who is successful to conquer this golden land, India, he will be the conqueror of the whole world. And that proved to be very true. Alright. The next reason is monsoon. India is blessed with its monsoon. Monsoon सिर्फ और सिर्फ एग्रीकल्चर को ही गोल्डन एग्रीकल्चर इंडिया का नहीं बनाता, बट monsoon it is a center or it is a heart of west and east trade. कि अगर आप जून के महीने में अरब सागर के और निकलोगे, you will reach India. If you want to reach India, coming from the west, you will land in India because of monsoon. कि अगर बोट लेके आप निकलोगे, you will sail. Monsoon ही आपका क्या ड्राइवर है, monsoon is your steering wheel. कि जहां monsoon winds आपको ले जाए, you will reach there only. कि if you go in the month of say May, June, if you go out from the western India, western part of the world, Europe, you will land in India. Also, if you come in the month of October to the Indian Ocean from the eastern side of the globe, then you will again land into India because of the monsoon winds. So because of this monsoon wind, east and west and east trade was developed. Monsoon was discovered by Hippolus in 47 AD. Hippolus discovered monsoon in 47 AD. Another major reason, balance of payment. Balance of payment, it is the statement of account of the receipts and payments with the domestic region with rest of the world. India's balance of payment was in its favor. That means maximum exports and minimum imports. इंडिया को किसी से कुछ चाहिए ही नहीं था. India was a self-sufficient country. At the medieval period or ancient medieval period, generally India just wanted two things. One is horse, another one is liquor. And that was not for the common people, just a very 2% aristocracy के लिए. Horse was not required for anything. Horse was not required for agriculture. Agriculture was in agriculture, if something was required, that was bull, and bull is indigenous to India. Horse was for aristocracy, राजा शाही वर्ग के लिए, and liquor. इंडिया को लिकर बाहर से चाहिए ही नहीं, अपना है देसी, राइट. बट शाही वर्ग उनको भाई मतलब एक स्टेटस ऊपर लिकर चाहिए, तो उनके लिए बाहर से विदेशी लिकर और हॉर्सेस वर इंपोर्टेड. बट this natural resource and with the support of monsoon, India was a region of maximum export. Hence we can say that India is a golden sparrow. Yahi golden sparrow, it is an attraction. It is an attraction for the surrounding countries or surrounding regions like Central Asia. Suppose if you have a very beautiful constructed home made of marble, A-class design, every amenities in your home, cars, everything, very beautiful home, but your surrounding is poor, what will happen at night? Your surrounding people or your surrounding neighbors are poor, what will happen at night? Robbery, theft and plunder. Similar was with the case of India. India is a golden sparrow, a point of attraction for its neighboring regions. So this attraction became the reason for its conquest. Let's see. Read the line please. The prosperity of India was always the cause of attraction for Central Asians, and this led to continuous invasion from Central Asia. कि इसी कारण कि इंडिया इज अ गोल्डन स्पैरो, कि इसी की वजह से, और इंडिया तो उनको भी सर्वाइवल मोड चाहिए, सर्वाइव करने के लिए रिसोर्स चाहिए, सो इंडिया वाज यूज्ड एज अ रिसोर्स. इसीलिए द नेबरिंग कंट्रीज और नेबरिंग रीजन्स वर अट्रैक्टेड टू इंडिया. बट इंडिया वाज अ वेरी स्ट्रॉन्ग कंट्री. इंडिया हैड रूलर्स लाइक अशोक, Guptas. But whenever India fell weak, it was a time for plunder and invasion. So there is a very good saying in philosophy: prosperity cannot survive with weakness. Prosperity cannot survive with weakness. वही हुआ, जब जब इंडिया वीक पड़ा तब तब इंडिया में आक्रमण हुए, invasions हुए, plunder. Like for example, the Shakas, Kushans, Huns, Turks, Muhammad Ghazni, Ghori, the plunderers, Mongols, Genghis Khan, Taimur the Lame, Mughals, Iranis and Afghanis. this set of people, they particularly belong from a particular region, that is your Central Asia. Central Asia. Now the reason is why India fell so weak. India's polity was weak. India's weak polity. India's society was divided. Caste system. India was divided in its caste system. We say that India is unity in diversity, but India was divided, and India is divided in the name of caste system. Culture stagnant and backward. With the changing time, the Indian society didn't adopt, और उसी चीज का फायदा उठाया है 1000 AD में. 1000 AD में the Sakas, the Huns. Similarly, in the 18th century, because of the same reason, some other section of the society, they also utilize this opportunity. India still have, till 1000 AD, till 18th century, India still have a weak polities, divided society, and backward or stagnant culture. But in terms of economy, India was a golden sparrow. Prosperity cannot survive with weakness, and hence they started plundering into India. But the difference is कि in 1000 AD till 18th century, till early 18th century, India में जो भी invasions, plundering हुए हैं, they all came from Central Asia. But in 18th century, Europeans started to enter India. Okay, let's check it out. (1498). First, in the late 15th century, 1498, Vasco da Gama got direct sea route to India. He was the first one to discover the first sea route to India in 1498, Vasco da Gama. 1510, Albuquerque occupied, the Portuguese governor, he occupied Goa. All right. Now, why in 1490 or in the late 15th century, 1490, in 1510, Albuquerque could occupy Goa? Because if we see the southern part of India, there was no strong ruler. India was, no doubt, it was a golden sparrow, the whole India, but in the southern part of India, there was no strong ruler. That's why in 1510 only, Albuquerque, the Portuguese governor, he occupied Goa very easily. But see the next point, 1636, again Portuguese, they tried to occupy Hooghly. Here the word is tried. Here the word is tried to occupy Hooghly, but they were unsuccessful. They were successful in Goa, the southern part, but they were not successful in the northern part. They were not successful to occupy Bengal in your 1636. The reason was a very big reason. It was that at that time there was a very strong ruler sitting in Delhi. That is the Mughal ruler Shah Jahan. There was prosperity, but there was not weakness. Still, so that occupation was not successful. But in southern part there was no strong ruler, so occupation was not possible. Occupation got possible, here occupation not possible. In 1686, again English also tried to occupy Hooghly, but again they failed because of Aurangzeb was the ruler of India. Strong prosperity but no weakness, so no invasions, nothing. What is very important in our life is to be very patient and to consolidate. What do you have? Work कि जो चीज आपके हाथ में है वो आपके हाथ से ना छूटे. So you have to be very patient and you have to study. You have to know the art of consolidation and just wait for the right time. So the Europeans, they also just waited for the right time कि भाई जब right time आएगा तो हम अपना political conquest चालू करेंगे. Alright, but we can say कि at the very initial period there was a enthusiasm of imperialism into India by the Europeans कि उनको इंडिया में ऑक्यूपेशन चाहिए था, not only business, but due to some strong rulers वो possible नहीं हुआ. But the Europeans were waiting for the right time, and next the right time came. The right time is the Battle of Karnal. The Battle of Karnal. When the Mughal ruler was weak, the ruler who didn't give any heed to administration, to army, to armory, to economy, who was busy in music, in dance, in cockfight, how he can be a competent ruler to consolidate or rule the India? So Muhammad Shah Rangila, he was a weak Mughal ruler. On the other side, Nadir Shah, the Iranian plunderer, he attacked Muhammad Shah Rangila. He defeated and humiliated Muhammad Shah Rangila. He not only defeated or humiliated, he also plundered India. He took the famous peacock throne from India, the Kohinoor diamond and 70 crore of wealth in cash. इतना लूटा इंडिया को, वो एक बैटल में इंडिया इसको इतना ह्यूमिलिएट किया, इतना लूटा इंडिया को कि अगले 10 साल तक ईरान के लोगों को टैक्स से राहत मिल गया. 70 crore of wealth. It is not a matter of joke. In the year 1739, Battle of Karnal, 1739, 70 crore. So, after the defeat of the Mughal ruler, it was a clear message to the European traders, to the European companies, कि भाई the boss of the country is now dead. English, French, Dutch and Portuguese. They were the 4 contender for India now. But this English and Portuguese, they went for the marriage alliance. They went into a marriage alliance and they gave Bombay into dowry. बॉम्बे को डाउरी में दे दिया. इंग्लिश और पोर्तुगल के बीच मैरिज अलायंस हुआ और भाई बॉम्बे को दे दिया, हमारा बॉम्बे, और इन्होंने डाउरी में दे दिया कि लो भाई डाउरी रख लो. तो पोर्तुगीज ने बोला ठीक है भाई, हम सिर्फ ट्रेड करेंगे इंडिया में, कोई भी इंपेरियलिज्म हम नहीं करेंगे. वी वोंट गो फॉर एनी इंपेरियलिज्म. ओके, तुम करो जो करना है, सिर्फ हम बॉम्बे पे और इंडिया में हम सिर्फ ट्रेड करेंगे. That means now Portuguese is out from the race. फिर इंग्लिश ने डच को पकड़ा कि डच तुम भी जाओ, इंडियन पॉलिटिकल कॉन्क्वेसी द कॉन्क्वेस्ट ऑफ इंडिया से तुम भी बाहर हो जाओ। तो बदले में क्या दोगे? डच ने पूछा कि ले लो जो चाहिए। स्पाइस आइलैंड चाहिए थे ना, स्पाइस आइलैंड की ले लो जो। स्पाइस आइलैंड पे तुम्हारा राज, इंडोनेशिया मलेशिया तुम्हारा, वहां से स्पाइसेस लो लेके जाओ यूरोप, नहीं चाहिए हमें स्पाइस आइलैंड। डच भी खुश कि ठीक है भाई हमें स्पाइसेस मिल गया, ले लो अपना इंडिया, नहीं चाहिए हमें भी इंडिया। सो डच वाज आल्सो आउट फ्रॉम द पॉलिटिकल कॉन्क्वेस्ट ऑफ इंडिया। नाउ English and French were the important contenders for the conquest of India. Now the phase starts कि इंग्लिश और फ्रेंच में कौन इंडिया का मालिक बनेगा। This starts with the Carnatic Wars. There are 3 Carnatic Wars that we have to study in due course, but today we are done. So we just, in a very brief and a short lecture, we understood what was the condition of India, what was the society of India, and why, what made India so attractive for the Europeans to enter into India. Okay, so that's all for today. Thank you.